Hi, 4th grade, it's Mrs. Boswell with Module 5, Lesson 9, and we're going to be doing equivalent fractions with division and area models. Yesterday, or the other day, we did equivalent fractions using multiplication in the area model. Today we're going to use division. So, mine will be found on page 35 and 36. Remember, you can pause the video at any time so that you can stop it or rewrite your notes or go back. Alright, so we have equivalent fractions with division in the area model. Our objective today is I can use the area model and division to show equivalent fractions. The other day on Module 5, Lesson 8, we did equivalent fractions with multiplication. Today we're going to do division. Okay, and we're going to kind of look back. So it says, simplify this area model by composing larger fraction units using division. Well, first of all, we need to figure out what is our whole and what is our numerator and what's our denominator. So let's start with the whole. If I look at this fraction, what's the whole? Okay, so that means when I'm looking for the whole, I'm looking for that denominator to count all the parts. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So my denominator, or the whole, is 12. Okay? Now I need to find my numerator, which is the shaded part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the shaded part is 6. Okay? I need to find what fraction is equivalent to 6/12. Okay? So it says, let's write a division sentence to show these equivalent fractions. So, what did my area model show, 4th grade? It showed 6/12. Okay? So again, my numerator was 6, my denominator was 12. Okay? Now it says, instead of multiplying, we're going to divide, right? These are in smaller units, okay? But we want to look for the bigger unit. Okay, so we did a little bit of this yesterday. So right now, remember when we multiply, it's the opposite of division. Okay, so division is the opposite of multiplication, right? So I'm going to tell you when we find equivalent fractions, we either multiply it or divide it by the same number. So this number that I do the numerator and the denominator has to be the same number. Okay, but I'm going to show you a picture from our notes on Module 8. Remember how I took this 3/5 and I broke it down to show, or I multiplied it to show the equivalent fraction? Okay, and then I did the same thing over here, but then to show you that it was 2/4, what did I do? Okay, because remember, 8/6 is smaller than 2/4, right? Because these are smaller units. And the bigger unit was 2/4. What did I do to represent 2/4 down here? If you said I circled it, you're correct. That's what you're going to be doing today on this one, okay? So if I'm looking at 6/12, right? Here's 6/12 on that area model. I want to find the bigger unit. Well, I can already see it, and it makes it pretty easy to see, okay? I'm going to circle the bigger unit. I see that my bigger unit, there's one here and one here. So I'm kind of circling those columns. So, 4th grade, if I'm looking at this, okay, and we're checking it out, right? What is my whole? So what is my whole? If you said 2, you're right. Okay, because I have 1, 2. I have 2 parts. Well, what part was shaded? Well, if I look at them, how many parts are shaded? Just 1. Okay, we're going to find out, is 6/12 equivalent to 1/2, right? So let's see if we divide these numbers, okay, and I want to end up with 1/2 over here, what would I take? 6 divided by what is going to give me 1, and 12 divided by what is going to give me 2. And remember, this number has to be the same. Well, let's see. If I circled this, how many units were in it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I think I might divide it by 6. So if I have 6 divided by 6, 6 divided by 6 is 1. If I take 12 divided by 6, 12 divided by 6 is 2. Because if I do the opposite 4th grade, I could do this. 1 times 6 is 6, right? Or 2 times 6 is 12. So I can just go backwards, right? So in order to find the bigger units, right, composing those larger fractional units, I have to use division. Okay, so it says, what fraction does the area model represent? We said the area model represented 6/12, right? And those are our smaller units. Okay, it says, do you see any fractions equivalent to 6/12? Circle the larger units. And we did that. Okay, so we're done with that one. It says, which is the larger unit? 12ths or halves? So I have 6/12 or 1/2. Which is the larger unit? If you said 1/2 or halves, because that's another way you can say 1/2, halves, you're correct. It is the larger unit, right? What am I going to have a bigger slice of? A half or a 12th? If you said a half, you're right. I'm going to get a bigger bite here than I would if I had just these 12ths. Okay, just one of those. So it says, how do you know the fraction is still representing the same amount? I want you to think about that. Okay, how do you know the fraction is still representing the same amount? Because 4th grade, did I take anything away? Did I add anything to that area model? I didn't. I have the same area model. So my area model is the same. I didn't change the parts or the shaded part. That stayed exactly the same. All I did was circle the larger units. When I want to go from a smaller unit to a larger unit, I'm going to divide. If I want to go from a larger unit, from a larger unit to smaller units, I'm going to multiply. Okay, let's go ahead and turn to page 2 in our book. Okay, so we're going to keep using our area models and division. So here's the direction. It says simplify 2/8. So here's 2/8 and 3/12 as 1/4. So I'm going to make the 2/8 into 1/4 and the 3/12 into 1/4. Okay, and it says simplify 2/8 and 3/12 as 1/4 by composing larger fractional units. Circle the larger units. Okay, so let's look at this first one. I have 2/8. My whole is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My shaded part is 2. Okay, so I'm going to take that 2/8 and I'm going to divide it by whatever number I end up circling, right? Which is going to give me 4. So how can I turn this, okay, fractional unit into a larger fractional unit? The smaller fractional unit, okay, I'm going to turn it into larger. So I'm going to circle the larger units. So here we go. Here's a unit. Here's a unit. Here's a unit. Here's a unit. How many units did I circle in all? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look. 4, right? How many is shaded in? Just 1. 1/4, right? But now I need to know 2 divided by what is going to give me 1, and 8 divided by what is going to give me 4. Well, I need to look in the larger unit. Okay, so let's look at your larger unit. What's the smaller unit fraction? 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, it's in twos. So I think I'm going to divide it by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Oh, 1/4. So what did I divide these smaller units by? I divided them by 2 to find the larger unit. Okay, so I took 2 divided by 2 is 4. Remember, if I work backwards, remember, because if I multiply, or if I divide, the opposite is multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. I can just work backwards, okay, when I'm dividing, okay? And I'm, remember, which is the larger unit, 2/8 or 1/4? Okay, with this little box here, or this unit here, so the small unit or this bigger unit, which one is larger? If you said 1/4, you're correct. 1/4 is the larger unit, right? Because I'm going to eat more of that and not as much here if I only had 2/8 of it. Okay? All right, so I kind of always imagine like my area model as the candy bar, okay? And I want to eat that larger unit, okay? That's one way to think about it. So, again, it says, this question says, are these equivalent fractions? Guess what? It is. Yes, these are equivalent fractions here, okay? All right, so now it says we're going to take 3/4, okay, simplify 3/4 as 1/4 by composing larger fractional units. So when it says composing larger fractional units, that means I'm going to divide, okay? So, let's see and make sure that this is 3/12. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, my denominator is 12. My shaded part is 1, 2, 3, is 3, okay? And I'm going to divide it by what to give me fourths? Well, 3 divided by what gives me 1, and 12 divided by 3 gives me what? I think maybe 4th grade, because I kind of know that 12 divided by 4 is 3. I think 3 might be my fractional unit. So if I group these in threes, 1, 2, 3, circle it. 1, 2, 3, circle it. Ooh, are you notice it? 1, 2, 3, circle it. 1, 2, 3, circle it. Ooh, did I get my larger unit? Oh, how many larger units did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 4. So I think 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, I know 3 divided by 3 is 1. Let's see. How many is shaded in? Just 1. Oh, is 3/12 equivalent to 1/4? Yes, yes it is. Okay. Was my 3 correct on my guess 4th grade? You're right, it was. Because I know that 4 times 3 is 12. And 1 times 3 is 3. That's how I guessed 3. I just did the opposite of division, and I multiplied it. Remember, because when I'm decomposing to find the smaller units, I'm multiplying. When I'm composing a larger fraction, I'm going to divide. So, here is our last 2 examples. And it says, simplify 2/6 and 4/12 as 1/3 by composing larger fractional units. Circle larger units. Remember, composing means I'm going to divide. Decomposing means I'm going to multiply. Okay? So I know that I'm going to take 2/6, okay? And I'm going to divide it. Okay? And I need to end up with 1/3. Over here for 4/12, I need to divide it because I'm composing those larger units. And I need it to equal 1/3. Okay? So let's start with our very first one. 2/6 equals what to get 1/3? How can I make 2/6 equal to 1/3? Well, my whole units is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 6. My shaded part is 2. So 2/6 divided by what is going to give me 1/3? So 2 divided by what is going to give me 1? 6 divided by 3 is going to give, 6 divided by what is going to give me 3? Well, if I think opposite, 3 times what is going to give me 6? Well, 3 times 2, I think. So I think my units is going to be in 2. So if I go 1, 2, circle it. 1, 2, circle it. 1, 2, circle it. Oh! Did I get my composing my larger fractional units and circle the larger units? I sure did. Okay, and in each of these units, there are how many? 2. So I think I'm going to divide that by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Oh, was I correct? Yes. Okay, because I thought of multiplication. Okay, because decomposing it is I'm going to multiply. But because I'm composing, I'm dividing it to get that larger unit. So which is the larger unit? 2/6 or 1/3? 1/3 is my larger unit. What's my smaller unit? 2/6. Smaller unit. Okay? To get the larger unit, you divide. To get the smaller unit, you multiply. All right, let's take that. 4/12. Okay? My total is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? That's my denominator, and the part that's shaded is 4. Okay? So 4/12 divided by what is going to give me 1/3? 4 divided by what gives me 1? 12 divided by 3 gives me what? How many times can 3 go into 12? 3 times what gives me 12? So I'm going to go 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. Ooh, there's my multiples, right? 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, 3 times 4 is 12. See that multiples down there? I could do it that way too. You decide what works the best, okay? So I think that 12 divided by 4 is going to give me 3. So I'm going to take 4 divided by what gives me 1. So let's see. I need to put these in groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Ooh, do I have one part shaded? Yep. How many equal parts? 1, 2, 3. Ooh. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Did I show 1/3 with my larger units here? I sure did. Okay. 4th grade, which is my larger unit? 1/3 or 4/12? It's 1/3 is my larger unit. Okay. And 4/12 is my smaller unit. Sorry, I meant to box that. Okay. So today, our focus was using the area model and division to show the equivalent fractions. Okay, composing those larger fractional units with division. Good luck today.